Global News Update. I am Abiodun Mohammed. The Sevastopol shipyard on the Crimean Peninsula was on fire early on Wednesday, and 2 ships were damaged after Ukraine launched 10 missiles and 3 speedboat attacks on the port, Russia's defense ministry said. 7 missiles were downed by Russia's air defense systems, and all 3 boats were destroyed by a patrol ship, the ministry said in a statement on the Telegram messaging app. Quote, as a result of being hit by enemy cruise missiles, 2 ships under repair were damaged, the ministry said. Mikhail Razvuzayev, the Moscow-installed governor of Sevastopol, the largest city in Crimea and a major Black Sea port, said on Telegram that at least 24 people were injured. The strategic shipyard on the peninsula, which Russia annexed from Ukraine in 2014, builds and repairs ships and submarines of the Russian Black Sea Fleet. The fleet has launched numerous drone and missile attacks on Ukraine. A desperate search for thousands of people missing after catastrophic flooding in the Libyan city of Derna entered its 3rd day on Wednesday, with thousands already confirmed dead and the toll expected to rise. The flood was caused by a powerful storm that burst dams nearby, unleashing a torrent of water that has devastated a quarter or more of the Mediterranean city, washing away buildings along with their residents. Officials in eastern Libya say the death toll so far stands at more than 5,000. A hospital director in the city told pressmen on Monday 1,700 bodies had been counted at this hospital and that 500 more had been buried in another part of the city. Some 10,000 people are estimated to be missing. Many are believed to have been swept out to sea. Pressmen who visited Derna on Tuesday saw many bodies laid out on the ground in hospital corridors and people seeking to identify missing relatives as more dead were brought in. One Derna resident, Mustafa Salem, told newsmen he had so far lost 30 members of his family. 8 convoys and trucks carrying bulldozers were headed towards the city on Wednesday. Authorities have closed down some schools and offices and declared more than 7 villages as containment zones in the southern state of Kerala after it recorded 2 deaths from the rare and deadly brain-damaging Nipah virus. An adult and a child are still infected and in hospital, and more than 130 people have so far been tested for the virus, which is transmitted to humans through direct contact with the bodily fluids of infected bats, pigs, or other people. An official from Kerala's health ministry said on Wednesday 2 infected people have died since August 30th in the state's 4th outbreak of the virus since 2018, forcing authorities to declare containment zones in at least 7 villages in the district of Kozhikode. Strict isolation rules were adopted, with medical staff being quarantined after direct contact with the infected. The first victim was a small landholder in the district village of Maruntokara, a government official said. The victim's daughter and brother-in-law, both infected, are in an isolation ward, with other family members and neighbors being tested. Russian President Vladimir Putin said he and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un would discuss Pyongyang's satellite program, and Kim said Moscow has his full backing in its quote sacred fight against the West as they met on Wednesday at a cosmodrome in Russia. When asked whether the 2 leaders would talk about obtaining supplies from the north to replenish Moscow's dwindling stock of weapons and ammunition, Putin said they would discuss quote all issues. Washington and its allies believe defense cooperation is a top agenda item for the meeting. At the opening of the meeting with Putin, Kim said it was an unwavering position of the North to further develop its traditional friendship and ties with Russia. Kim also told Putin the Kremlin chief has his full backing in the sacred fight Moscow is waging against the hegemonic forces. The summit between the leaders of the 2 countries, which have become increasingly isolated internationally, is being watched closely by Washington and allies who suspect they could agree to trade arms and defense technology. The wife of Joaquin El Chapo Guzman is set to be released from her California halfway house on Wednesday after being sentenced for helping to run the Mexican drug cartel in which her husband was the boss. According to prison records, Emma Coronel Aispuro was sentenced in November 2021 to 36 months in federal prison after pleading guilty to money laundering and conspiring to distribute cocaine, meth, heroin, and marijuana for import into the US. She was also ordered to pay almost $1.5 million in fines. Aispuro was removed from a federal prison in Texas to a halfway house in Long Beach, California in June ahead of her release. It is typical for inmates who have exhibited good behavior in federal prison to be moved to a halfway house up to 6 months before their release, according to a Bureau of Prison Officials. She was arrested in February 2021 at Dulles International Airport, just outside the nation's capital, and convicted of drug trafficking and money laundering charges by a Washington, D.C. jury later that year. At her sentencing, Aspero, through an interpreter, begged for forgiveness, vowing she will teach her daughter's right from wrong. That is the size of Top Accolade Global News Update. You can follow us on our social media platforms as displayed on your screen. Happy midweek.